So you want to know about Batman v Superman, Dawn of Justice? Well, friend, you've come to the right place. Here's everything you need to know about Batman v Superman in 5 minutes or less. So the movie opens on some guy who's totally not Batman running through Metropolis at the climax of Man of Steel. As Superman saves the city, some people Bruce Wayne knows are killed, and so he swears vengeance on the man who just leveled an entire city with his fists. Fast forward a few months and we find out that this mysterious Bruce Wayne character is actually Batman. And in a truly fresh and unique take on the character, we see that his parents were killed in an alley by some mugger when he was still a child. So Batman, being the world's greatest detective and smartest man alive, decides the best way to defeat Superman is to steal some videos from Mark Zuckerberg's computer. So he goes to some party, plugs his Tamagotchi into Zuckerberg's computer, and leaves to aimlessly wander for 10 minutes. When he returns to collect his beloved Tamagotchi, he discovers it's been stolen by some pretty lady who's probably not Wonder Woman. And so, being the master of stealth and subtlety that he is, Batman finds Wonder Woman and basically begs for his toy back. She takes pity on him and hands it over. Batman is so excited by this, he rushes home, puts it in his computer, and immediately falls asleep. He has a dream about how cool it would be if he was Mad Max and Superman was some evil prick. When he wakes up, a guy who is 60% lightning and 70% echo yells some incomprehensible nonsense at him, which has absolutely no bearing on the rest of the movie. Then Batman wakes up. Again. Somehow. I don't fucking know. Anyway, the Tamagotchi tells him that Zuckerberg is shipping in some kryptonite, so Batman heroically and boldly decides to go steal it all for himself. He goes to the place, puts a tracker on the shipment, and fails spectacularly to steal it. Then Superman shows up and tells him to stop being such a meanie head. The two heroes come face to face, their anger and frustration with one another finally reaching its boiling point. Just as it seems we've reached the epic climactic showdown we've been waiting for, Superman realizes he left the oven on or something, and just kind of flies away. Okay then. Then this secondary character, Superman, makes a surprise show-stopping appearance in some boring-ass courtroom where they're investigating whether or not he flew into the Middle East and shot a bunch of terrorists. With a gun. Superman. The man who destroyed an entire city with his fists. They think he shot terrorists. With a gun. Alright then. But they're also discussing the ramifications of his actions and the implications of being like Superman has for humanity as a whole. And it's here that the movie finally addresses its big philosophical ideas and proves itself to be the thinking man superhero movie. Superman inhales deeply. He approaches the stands. And then the whole place just fucking explodes. Yeah! Thank fuck for that. Who wants to explore the greater meaning and significance of these characters, right? We gotta fight with a CGI monster we gotta get to. Anyways, let's jump back to main character Batman. Since he failed so miserably to steal Zuckerberg's kryptonite before, he just steals it from his warehouse. We don't see it, but presumably it's awesome. He then goes into his basement to hit a tire with a hammer for a while. Elsewhere, Wonder Woman watches trailers for the next Justice League movies on her laptop. Elsewhere, Zuckerberg kidnaps Lois Lane and pushes her off a building because YOLO. Superman shows up, saves her, and then goes to scold Zuckerberg for being so rude. Zuckerberg reveals that he's kidnapped Mama Superman, and he'll kill her if Superman doesn't fight Batman. So Superman, rather than ripping Zuckerberg's fucking arms off and finding his mom using a combination of his X-ray vision and super hearing, decides to go ask the crazy man who dresses like a bat for help. Surprisingly, Batman is less than thrilled to see Superman, and just starts trying to fight him. So they punch each other for like 10 straight minutes. Then Superman says his mom's name is Martha. Then Batman says his mom's name was Martha, and they immediately become biffles. Then, while Batman saves Martha, Superman discovers that Lex somehow managed to make Doomsday, who then starts exploding all over the place. Superman and Doomsday punch each other in the face for a while, then Wonder Woman shows up and punches Doomsday for a while. Then Superman decides it's time to reassert his importance to the plot and goes to die at Doomsday. Then they both die. The end.